What up, everybody? It's the after show, but later it's your boys D and El Cucuy. We have a lot planned for you today, as always. I don't even know why I say that shit anymore. So let's get
No,
started. Baseline Trey, El Cucuy, should we bring that motherfucker in?
hell yeah.
I think we should. Baseline Trey, let's go.
On the road to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul, grab a spliff and start burning. Relax with us and take a trip to the heavens. And come and spend a day in the 757.
What up, everybody? It's the after show, but later it's your boys D and El Cucuy. Man, Covino and Rich were on location this week. You know, Spa was holding it down, fucking Austin, Texas. And yeah, man, there was a lot of shit. They talked Halloween. They talked about scary movies, all kinds of shit. So I think we should just get right into it, El Cucuy. I want to ask you if you heard the story about the fucking little Mexican from next door.
I did not.
All right, well, fucking Covino said that, or I don't even think he was Mexican. See, there's my ass being fucked up. I think the dude was fucking like Puerto Rican or some shit. But I guess growing up, Covino said that his mom would always make their costumes and shit, and they were always better than like the fucking store-bought shit, right? You know the store-bought shit where you'd get like the fucking plastic mask with like the one string on it?
Well, I got a question though.
What's up?
At what store was it bought at? Because if you're going to the Halloween Superstore, one of them high class ones, their shit's quality. You're buying your shit in the plastic sleeve with the cardboard fucking frame at Walmart, you're getting some shit gonna rip by the end of the night.
Well, you know what? That was Covino's point, is that this was in like the fucking, early 80s. So I don't even think they had like a spirit Halloween and all that kind of shit back in the day, So that's why his mom wanted to fucking buy or make their shit, because she didn't want to buy those whack ass little plastic. Remember, it was like a plastic bag you would put over that said like Superman or some shit. I always thought those were bunk as hell, dog. I never liked those.
I was like the one that said fart.
Dog, well, Covino said there was this little fucking Latino kid next door, and I guess the lady, they were trick or treating all together, and there was like one of the neighbor ladies was like, "Oh, you're a Grim Reaper, and we have a cowboy over here, and who are you supposed to be?" And the little kid goes, "I'm Gustavo from next door."
Yeah,
Gustavo from next door, dog.
Gustavo.
Oh man, one of these years I'm gonna fucking put like a little fake mustache, because all little Mexican kids have mustaches. They come out the womb with a mustache. So fucking, I'm gonna put a little mustache and fucking like a flannel shirt and like a fucking some like faded gray fucking jeans with like a rip in them, and I'm gonna be Gustavo from next door, because that's how I picture him.
Oh, that's great. Well, and
I
hate to be stat boy and break news here on the after show, but later,
all right,
news network. But it was founded in 1983, Spirit Halloween, and guess where it was founded at?
Where?
Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey.
Oh, really?
So by 1999, it had 60 locations. So I don't know. El Contrarimo, Frere. I think that you know what? It just depends. I mean, I like to buy my shit because I bought a couple of masks from Spirit Halloween store, and I have a Michael Myers pinhead. I have a pinhead mask that I think I bought in like 2004. So that bad boy is still going strong. So some of their stuff is pretty good, but you got to pay. Nothing I ever got at Kmart or Walmart or any of the any of those little kind of type of stores ever lasted me through the night.
My favorite fucking Halloween costume I ever had in my life was I had a fucking, do you remember when Sting from WCW went from his like Ultimate Warrior face paint to the all white with black on it?
Yes.
Well, that he would wear like a trench coat and have that, dog. There was a mask I bought. I think it's before we even got a Spirit Halloween here in town, because we got a Spirit Halloween in the last like 5-10 years. It wasn't even, we haven't had one that long. Yeah. So wherever I bought mine from, it was probably like Toys R Us or something. But dog, this mask was fucking dope. It was like a full mask. It even had like part of the neck, so you could like tuck it into your shirt and shit. And then it had like all the face paint from Sting, and then it had the fucking long ass hair. That thing was cool as fuck. The only thing is, dog, you would put that shit on, like 2 minutes later, you're dying of a fucking heat stroke, dog. Because
you're sweating bullets.
Hot as fuck, dog. And the rubber, the mask, had to be at least 4 inches thick, dog. This mask was fucking thick. So as soon as you would put that shit on, you would start being like, so I would have to like take it off between houses and shit. Like I'd be like, oh fuck, man. No shit, dog. I had a fucking, and then I'd be like, oh fuck, okay, we're gonna go to another house, and I'd have to throw it back on because it was so fucking hot. So
hey, that's crazy. That is fucking wild shit.
Yeah, dog, that was fucking. What was your favorite thing you ever wore as a kid?
For Halloween, I mean, my favorite thing is that pinhead mask. I still got it, and that thing's still, it's kicking strong. So I bought that thing, I think in like 2003 or 2004, and I still got it. I like that the pinhead mask.
That sounds dope. That sounds that pinhead fucking mask. I've never saw the movie, but that was always like the
bro. You give me shit about not seeing The Sopranos or Blood In, Blood Out. Or what's that other Vato movie?
American Me.
Right. You give me shit for not seeing that, but you ain't seen Pinhead?
Okay. Come on, Doug. Let me see. Pinhead. When the fuck did this shit come out? Dog, Hellraiser came out in fucking 87.
Okay.
I wasn't born yet, motherfucker. Like.
Even better.
Well, okay, I'll be honest. I probably could have watched it, but that was always the one movie when we'd go to like the fucking Hollywood Video or whatever the fuck. That was always the one that I was like, oh fuck, I hope my brother doesn't pick that one because it looks scary as fuck. So
no, bro, that was the one that was always out because that's what everyone else was watching.
What? You know what? Maybe I'll check it out right now. And you know what? Being that it's from the 80s and shit, I think that is one thing that makes it even scarier and shit. You know?
Yeah.
I think that'd be dope.
Pinhead from Hellraiser. Pinhead. I like Michael Myers. He was dope. You know what I mean? I think Halloween, I liked him more than Jason and Freddy myself. But Pinhead was something else too.
Yeah. You know what? I don't remember Jason very well. I just remember because that was my brother shit. My brother loved fucking like all of that shit when we were kids. And I remember vaguely the Jason shit. He was the one who had like the hockey mask, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and his shit was so Freddy was Nightmare on Elm Street, right?
Yeah, Freddy Krueger. Yeah.
And then Jason was Friday the 13th. Or what movies were Jason?
Bro, you're calling me on my shit right now.
I think Jason was Friday the 13th.
If I wasn't 7 Coronas deep in a blunt, I could tell you, but I'm gonna have to go to Google A to figure that answer out.
Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th. Yeah, so Jason was Friday the 13th. You know what's funny? I have a question. What do Jason from Friday the 13th and Lisa Turtle have in common?
I'm not sure. What do they got in common?
Their last name is both Voorhees.
Oh, like that.
Jason Voorhees.
I remember Lisa Turtle.
And then Lisa Turtle's real name. Lisa Turtle's real name is Lark Voorhees.
Right.
I think it is. Let me see. Let me see if I'm fucking making up a game that's fucking Voorhees.
I got a question for you once you figure. Once you solve that,
it's spelled differently. Lark Voorhees is IES and Jason Voorhees is EES. So kind of a fucking similar sounding name, but whatever. What's up?
I got a joke for you. I got a joke for you. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Ray.
Ray who?
Raiders.
All right, I like that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Raider Nation, baby.
All right. All right. Fuck.
Rich sweater. I mean, I know you can't really see it in the dark, but if you catch our episode with Tito and E, you can see it. I'm rocking the shit out of my Covino Rich hoodie. Shout out Covino. Shout out Rich.
This that thing shit is hella dope. Comfortable. We were just on That's Wild podcast, and that shit was a lot of fun, man. Those fools are always a good fucking time.
I mean, I feel bad for E. I'm gonna have to call and check up on him because he didn't look too good after that podcast, though.
You know, after the last time we recorded with them, I was like, fuck, I think I went too hard on E with my fucking shit talking. I was like, I'm not gonna do it this time. But then, Doug, after he ate that fucking chip, I just couldn't stop laughing, Doug, because his reaction was so over the fucking top. Like, he disappeared. He came back with Pedialyte or some shit. Then he fucking disappears again. He comes out back with a gallon of milk. Then he fucking
Hey, bro,
comes...
with the ice cream?
Yeah, he came back with fucking ice cream, dog. He's got a whole grocery store.
He should have just had a cow on standby to suck the titty, bro. I mean, he just had a cow right there, as much fucking lactose he had. Shout out E, though. He gave it his all. It bit him in the boo-boo. It really did. He ate that Pocky challenge, and it bit him in the boo-boo. But shout out E, man.
Doug, you know what? One of the fucking things that, one of the movies that I just watched the other day, all the way through, was fucking Tommy Boy. So when you said should have put a cow right there, it reminded me of fucking when they go cow tipping, right? So this fucking Tommy Boy, I had seen parts of it here and there. I knew all the references, but I had never seen it all the way through. Well, fucking I watched it with my daughter, and she's 5. Dog, she thought that was the funniest fucking movie she's ever seen in her life. When fucking Chris Farley,
funny, bro.
Chris Farley is
fucking funny.
He's talking in the fucking fan. He's all, Luke, I am your father. My fucking daughter goes, hey, I do that. And I was like, yeah, she's either fucking on her fucking tablet or her fucking phone or whatever, or she's fucking talking into the fan. Doug, that's one of her favorite pastimes.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, man.
Hell
fucking
yeah.
But you know what? I know we usually do this later in the show, but I wanted to give a couple of shout outs to fucking couple of people. There's Tony Moriello, who Covino and Rich actually, let me see. He does a lot of their fucking like legal shit, gives them some, you know, pro bono legal advice. And when we were in the chat this week, he fucking hit me up to be like, hey, where can I listen to you guys? Because he wanted to check it out. So Tony, if you're listening, man, we appreciate it. And then wanted to say what's up to, let me see. Felipe. Oh no, okay. Another dude, Sean McCready. Sean McCready fucking hit us up in the chat. And he said that he's been checking us out and he fucking likes what we do. So shout out to Sean. Appreciate it. And then, of course, to the Funky Monkey, who's always fucking been supportive. And another dude I got to say what's up to, who's a big supporter, fucking Carl Reinhardt. So that's my dude. He's fucking always checking us out. So I got to say what's up to him.
Yeah. Shout out Carl Reinhardt.
You got a couple shout outs, El Cucuy?
I sure do. You know, shout out our last guest. He might have been a little controversial, but you got him in his pure form, and that's just who he is. Shout out Buck Tipton. Shout out Bobby Tipton, Tip Dog. Shout out Covino, you know. Shout out Big Steve, Tommy, Stickman, Funky Monkey, and Fam. And, you know, anybody, Green Optimist. We forgot them Green Optimists, right?
Green Optimist just had a baby, just got married, just fucking had a birthday, Doug. He's been doing a lot of shit. So shout out to Green Optimist and his son Jackson, because Jackson's a big brother, man.
Hell yeah. Shout out to, you know, and anybody else who follows us. Even shout out to the dude that corrected me from Lompoc to Lompoc. Shout out, bro. And Carlito and Hanford. Shout out Carlos.
Carlos and Hanford. Fucking Michael Miggs was the fucking stat boy on that one. So shout out to Michael Miggs. All the fucking everybody, dog. Fucking
Mike Durbin.
Chris, my fucking Mike Durbin. Fucking my homie Chris just had a baby, so he's a new dad. So he's never been a dad before, so he's all excited. So shout out to fucking Chris, Mike Durbin, fucking I'm Key, everybody that's fucking been fucking with us for the last couple of years, man. We appreciate it. So yeah, man, fucking do you have something that you want to get into about Covino and Rich, or do you want me just to go on to another topic?
I got something for you right here, real quick. They were talking about all kind of ghostly games played as a kid, and Bloody Mary was brought up, and Ouija boards, and light as a feather, stiff as a board. And Rich kind of had a response that he didn't ever play light as a feather, stiff as a board, like he'd never heard of it. What's your experience with Ouija boards and Bloody Marys, and have you heard of light as a feather, stiff as a board?
Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Never heard of it. So I could lie and be like, oh yeah, that used to be my shit. No, it wasn't. I don't know what the fuck it is. The fucking Ouija board, never did one of those, but I had my tias and shit, dog, who were young, so they were like a few years older than like me and my brother. My dad's sisters, they used to fuck with that shit, and Dog, they had so many stories about that Ouija board that I don't know what was real and what was not. Like, I remember one story they told, which was probably most likely a fucking bullshit story.
Right.
But they had said like, oh, they played it one day, and I was like 8 years old when they're telling me the story, right? So I'm scared as fuck. And they're like, oh yeah, they said they played the game and they something crazy came through or some shit, right? So they said they
Right.
like fucking cut up the fucking board and shit and like dismantled it, right? Threw it away. And they were like the next day it was right there on my bed in perfect condition or some shit.
Yeah,
And
nah, bro. I've heard hood rat stories just like that.
oh really? Because I just thought
Yes.
they were full of shit. Like, I mean, as a kid, I was scared as fuck, but being an adult, I mean, I'm like, okay, maybe it was fucking. I mean, as an adult, I'm like, maybe they were just fucking with me because I was a kid, you know?
Yeah. No, I've heard wild shit, and that's why as a kid, I never messed with the Ouija board because I always heard weird stuff, like crazy ass stories, and I heard it from multiple people, multiple groups, multiple different ethnicities. I mean, it was something that I never messed with because there was too much going on, and to me, with all those stories from different people with different backgrounds, kind of all adding up or being similar, I'm good. I'm tapping out, but I did play Bloody Mary in the bathroom where you say Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. We did all that. We did the light as a
Was it
feather,
like
stiff as
Bloody
a
Mary
board.
full of grace? Just kidding.
Something, yeah, it was something. It was just, I thought it was I remember we all looked in the mirror and it was dark and you try to see the mirror and you say Bloody Mary, Bloody a bunch of times and she's supposed to appear, but she never did.
Yeah.
And the other one, the light as a feather, stiff as a board, was where you get one volunteer to lay on the ground. And then I don't know how many friends you got around you, but obviously you got to have at least 4. But you're supposed to like put your fingers underneath them, and you're supposed to
Oh,
start
see if they get
chanting.
stiff as a board?
No, you start chanting, light as a feather, stiff as a board, light as a feather, stiff as a board. And they're supposed to lift the person on the ground laying down up.
With their
Never seen
finger?
that happen either. Yeah, well, you have 2 fingers. So everybody has both hands, 2 fingers out, and you put it underneath the person who's volunteering laying on the ground. And there's like 4 people surrounded, so 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. And you put your fingers underneath them, and you're supposed to start chanting that shit. Well, at least I hear that's the one that I learned. I mean, obviously some people never heard of it, so maybe I got a different version. But out here, you're supposed to put your fingers underneath them. You start chanting that shit, and sooner or later, they're supposed to elevate off the ground. I never
Oh,
seen.
okay. I
I never
thought the
seen it.
homies are supposed to lift their fingers and see if you guys had like enough strength to lift them. That's not what it
Well,
was.
it's supposed once you start chanting though, the scary part of the whole deal is once you start chanting, you don't have to use much force. As a group, you're able to lift them.
Mm.
So that's like the mystique of it. You know what I'm saying? But it never worked. It never worked for me. So I never seen Bloody Mary. I never lifted no one off the ground. But I heard of both of them. I just didn't play the Ouija board. That wasn't my deal.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I never did that either. I don't even know anybody who did besides like my tias, that would fucking tell us about about their fucking, encounters and shit that they had.
Yeah.
But I never had like any of my friends that were into that shit.
I'll tell you this though, bro. I am an interested motherfucker. And so I have stayed at the Sir Francis Drake on the 13th floor that's supposed to be haunted. I have stayed in the 2 hotel rooms in the Mendocino Hotel in Mendocino that are supposed to be haunted. I've sat at the table 4 and I think number 6 that are supposed to be haunted. I've stayed at there was a ghost tour and they used to, from the St. Mary's Hotel, I think is what it was in San Francisco. And it was like an all-girls school and they got abused or something jacked up. And that thing's supposed to be haunted. I stayed in the room there. So I've stayed in some haunted at the Wolf Creek Manor in Oregon. If you Google Wolf Creek, I've stayed there a few times. I've never seen no ghosts, man. I felt like weird, like something was off maybe when I was in all of these rooms. But, and there was a couple of times back in the day where I had a camcorder out to see if anything popped up while we were asleep. And never seen nothing, but got weird vibes. What do you think? You believe in ghosts?
Yes and no. Like, Doug, like when's the last time you seen on fucking the news and shit? They're like, oh, dude fucking murdered by ghost, like that shit's kind of fucking stupid. But however, I do get very like fucking I say this from time to time. I get very like hippie in my thinking with like multi-universes and shit. And I do think that like, you know, people are fucking when you pass like you're omnipresent and shit, right? You're fucking you like I just feel like you're like the presence could be everywhere. And I believe like objects hold memories and shit too. So that's where I get like a little fucking like hippie-ish when like I really do like people like you know the old saying if these walls could talk, right? Like I
Right.
really put a lot of fucking like I give that shit a lot of weight as far as like I do believe that like objects and shit hold fucking memories and shit and like if somebody got murdered and shit in this fucking house and shit, I feel like you will feel like some kind of vibes of that kind of shit. So I do kind of, but not really. Like as far as like, I don't think I'm gonna be chilling and then fucking Grim Reaper's gonna walk by and be like, "Come with me" or whatever, you know? You know,
Right,
like,
right.
I will rise again, my child, or nothing like that, you know? I don't
Yeah.
like think that kind of shit, but I do think
Well,
like
hey,
so.
well, no, I was gonna switch gears real quick, bro.
What's up?
While we're talking, since you can't see me and I'm not inside and I can't really see you because Cucuy's in the car. Man, I'm on over here on Instagram and I see E doing the fucking happy dance. He got his 2 Pocky chips in his hand, and boy, he's walking down the hallway like he's king shit. He's peeking around the corner, bro, smiling, showing his Pocky chips off. And the post says, "Yo, we about to do the 1 chip challenge live on YouTube around 8:45. Link is in the bio." That's wild. Yeah, well, tune in to see how that turned out.
Oh man, I you know what? I'll give it to Edo because he is one hell of a promoter with episodes and shit.
Yes, he is.
But fuck, man, that I wouldn't have wanted that to be me. And you know what? We kind of talked about it, you and I, that we might do this on a future episode.
Oh, we're doing it.
Yeah, fuck. Okay,
We're doing
fine.
it. We gotta do it.
Yeah, no, well, we're gonna do the fucking 1 chip challenge too. I don't know if I want to be promoted and shit like fucking E and then look all stupid. Well, not that he looks stupid. I'm just saying, look, I don't want to look vulnerable. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's well worded.
Let's see what fucking Tito said. Oh, okay. Let me share my audio with you real quick.
Okay, share it.
Let's go. Fucking computer audio. All right, tell me if you can hear this. Oh shit, where'd it go? Oh, here we go.
Yep.
You hear that?
Yep.
All right, cool.
Yeah, Tito.
Oh fuck. Let me see.
That's fucking great. You know what I had for you?
What's up? What'd you have?
Oh, you can't hear it?
No.
Oh, I had 5Mike25 Rocket. He had gave a prediction about the Broncos versus the Browns the other day, and he was dead ass wrong. So he was apologizing for it on his Instagram.
Oh, was he?
Sorry, I was wrong, you guys. But the Broncos didn't show up to play.
Doug, did you watch that game?
Did not. I watched my fantasy.
Oh yeah, no, you did it. You were traveling around that time, huh?
I was.
Yeah, no, fuck, Doug. The fucking I fucked up on that because I had bet on the over. I thought it was gonna be over 40 some points, and then when the fucking when the Browns came out swinging, I was all fuck yeah. I was like, this shit's gonna be fucking dope. I'm like, it's gonna be fucking 100 points between these two teams, you know? It was like ended up being like 31 points. I was like, fuck. So I got fucked on that one.
I told you that me and Sammy had hit. He was talking about gambling and shit, and he was actually talking about putting money in the Bills. And I was like, hell no. You know what? Tennessee, you got 6.5. That means they can lose by 6. The over was like 53.5. I said, you know what, Sammy, I'll be honest. He's like, but the Bills are on a run. I said, yeah, they won 4 straight. Sooner or later, you lose. That's the NFL. Most teams don't win more than 4, 5, 6 in a row, bro. It's just the way it works. And who else to lose to the Titans? So we put a little twomp on a little 20 shot on Tennessee. It was for the win, which we had 6 points in our favor, and then the over was a parlay for 23.5. So I don't know if he's getting Dougie Stale picks or whatnot, but here on the after show, but later we got good ones too. We might have to start coming out with them.
You know what? You know who has really good ones? My fucking homie Luis. That motherfucker's been doing good, and he'll send me screenshots of his, like, it'll show all open bets and shit, or all bets that were just done. And
Right.
he's not. I mean, he loses sometimes, like everybody does, but he does fucking really good, Doug. So, but you know what? On that game, Doug, that fucking Titans and fucking Bills, I was so fucking pissed because I had the Bills on the money line and the fucking Red Sox, right? So the Red Sox murdered that game. It was like 10-2 or some shit, right? So the Red Sox fucking murdered. Doug, I was watching every fucking play of that Bills game, and I was just like, oh, fuck, man. There was like 7 lead changes. I was just like, oh, my goodness. And then at the end, I was like, all right, all these motherfuckers got to do is, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but all they had to do was kick a field goal to tie it and go into overtime, right?
You know what? I didn't watch the end of the game. I won't bullshit you.
No. All right, well, I'm pretty sure.
No, yeah. They got stopped. Yeah, then they did. It was 4. You're right. No, I did watch it. You're right.
So they had to kick a field goal. Yeah, in order to fucking tie it, going to overtime. They went for it and got fucking
stopped.
Yeah,
and I believe they were in the red zone, bro. I believe they were under.
They were, Doug. They were literally at like if I'm not mistaken, they were at the like fucking 3-yard line or some shit. It was really close. They were 3 is exaggerating, but they were really close. But they were only like half a yard away from a first down.
Right.
So they got stuck. And they got fucking, Doug, they got fucking rejected. Doug, they got like fucking when Shaq would fucking slap the shit out of a fucking ball. Get the fuck out of here, you know? Like, Doug, fucking, they got stuffed so fucking hard, and it fucked me so hard because all they had to do was fucking win on the money line. They didn't fucking have to win by fucking nothing, you know? And these motherfuckers went for it and fucked up my parlay. So fuck the Bills. I'm pissed. What do you think about what Rich was saying?
Matter of fact, fuck Buffalo while we're at it.
Yeah.
I'm just playing, dude. I'm just being a dick.
The Wild Wings, the city, everything.
Yeah, there's like a wannabe New York. Try harder.
Doug, what do you think about Rich's comment where he said he thinks the Bills are probably the best team in football?
Rich, it came out of his mouth, and anything that does, you got to take it with a grain of salt. And I do, and I'll take it with a grain of salt and a shot of tequila because that's not the case. Mm-hmm. Not the case. The Bills ain't beating Tom Brady, bro. It is what it is. Let's just be realistic. Tom Brady is not my favorite player, and I am not a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. I was never a Patriots fan. But let's just face it. The Bills in their best day are not going to beat the Bucs with Tom Brady on their worst day. So I don't know what the hell Rich is talking about.
Yeah. I think, you know what? I think the Bills are one of the top teams right now. I think I would put them in like the top 5, right?
Okay.
But I'm trying to think is the thing that kind of gets me going back and forth is like what you said, where you said that they can't beat Tom Brady, right? Tom Brady would beat them in a second.
For sure.
And the Bucs, right? So does that make the Bucs the best team in the NFL? Because I don't think the Bucs are the best team in the NFL.
No.
I don't know. Well, think about it, Doug. Wasn't there that season? Was it the Patriots that were undefeated and then end up losing the Super Bowl?
Yes. But you got to think about it like this, right? Think about it like this. I'm a Raider fan, and we're in the AFC West. And right now, the division there's heat. The Broncos are decent. The Chargers are good. The Raiders appear to be good. The Chiefs appear to be average, but they're really good. They just haven't found their groove. So right now, that's not a great example. But sometimes our division is shit. And a lot of people and the experts want to, knock the Patriots because a lot of the time when they went to the Super Bowl, their division was shit. The Bills were shitty. The Dolphins were shitty. I forgot who else is in that damn division. But then you had the Patriots. So a lot of times it wasn't very competitive. So in football, you only play 16 games in a year, except for this year we're playing 17. But normally it's 16. If you have a shitty division and the other 3 teams in your division you're playing twice a year, that's 6 easy wins out of 16. So out of the next 10 games, if you can just scrape up a couple of games, half the time you can get into the playoffs. If you win a shitty division, does that necessarily mean that you're one of the top 5 teams? I don't think so.
You know what? I don't think so either. And the reason why is I've never been a LeBron lover. And I'm a Lakers fan. So right now, you know, I've been kind of feeling some type of way for the last couple of years, you know, or last few years or whatever. But that's one of my arguments for LeBron and the fucking on the East and shit, dog. Because when he was fucking with the Cavs and the fucking what was it, the fucking Heat, and I mean their divisions weren't very fucking competitive,
right?
So when people say, oh well, he's been to the fucking finals, you know, 27 times. Well, yeah, but a fucking me, El Cucuy, and fucking Spot could have got to the fucking finals in the on the East, you know. So I think that's a good point, you know. So
but you know what they don't point out? When the East was good, when Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen and Paul Pierce were in the East. And when they had teams like that, they weren't getting out of the East. They didn't start getting out of the East until he went to Miami. That's it.
Yeah. No, and think about it, Doug. Like a team like that was as dominant as fucking as Boston back then. Oh my goodness, dog. You knew every year it was going to be Boston and the Lakers for the most part, you know.
Right, for sure. At least for those 3 or 4 years, for sure. You know, and I'm a big, you know, when you start to dissect sports, you know, it's one thing to beat the league up during the regular season as a team and to have a great record, and you know, but it's another thing when it's game 7 or game 5 or game 3 and you're in the Western Conference Finals or the Eastern Conference Finals or, you know, the American League Championship Series or the National League. It's different because even the great athletes of the past, they're basically judged how they performed in crucial clutch situations that mattered. No one ever references the game-winning shot Michael Jordan made in like game 33 in 1991 or 86 or 95. Every time they show you a highlight, it's him hitting a shot that they won the game or they won the championship or it took them to the next round. They don't show him, you know, making a dunk on 3 people against the Nets in like game 44.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, 100%.
Same with Kobe. I mean, even with Kobe, if they're going to show his game 81, they're going to show the game in its entirety. They're not going to just show like one highlight out of it. They're going to make that the platform because of what he accomplished during the game. So no one really shows highlights. When there's no pressure on, bro, and you're at home and there's 10,000 fans and it's a Wednesday night, the pressure's not the same as when you're in the playoffs, games on the line, stadium's packed, and it's Friday night.
Yeah, no, 100%. And you know what? I think that's what the shit that matters, the games that matter, the fucking right. You're going, like you said, to a different fucking from the playoffs to the semifinals, from the fucking whatever. You're winning the fucking finals. You're winning the Super Bowl. I think that's what matters. And that's why I think, like you said about Tom Brady, that's why I think there is an argument for the Bucs being the best team in the league, because we know when it comes to fucking do or die, fucking Tom Brady's going to do every time, you know?
That's why he's the GOAT, though. Think about it like this, you know? Think about being, you know, it's bottom of the ninth, 2 runners on, you're down, you know, 5-3, and it's the bottom of the ninth, and you're at the batter's box. But it's game 33, right? You're not even a third of the way through the season. The pressure is not the same as bottom of the ninth of what the Dodgers could be facing in a couple of days, down 3-2 in a series where if you don't make that, you don't connect or drive somebody in, your season's over. It's different when you look at it from, my season ends today if I don't hit this out of the park versus, hey, we got Atlanta tomorrow.
You know who I want fucking batting? If it's going to be, all right, we're going to go home, but I got fucking 2 people on base right now.
Who are you picking?
I want Jose Altuve, dog. I want that motherfucker to fucking hit a fucking bomb and bring us all home in order to win the game. Those are all, like, he did it recently. He did it in the last couple of weeks where this dude's going to fucking, he's such a little guy. He's such a fucking, what
about all time?
All time?
Yes. And an intentional walk can't be the case. If you had to pick one player to win or lose the game, who would you pick? And you know what? Shout out Steve Covino. I know I talk shit about baseball a lot, and this is a little baseball segment we're kind of getting into, but it is what it is. Shout out Covino.
All time.
All time. In the batter's box.
I don't know. Who's your answer? No, I'll just say that guy.
I want Barry Bonds.
You know what? See, I was trying to leave Bonds, fucking Sammy Sosa, fucking Mark McGwire. I was trying to leave them all out of this conversation intentionally, just because of the fucking all the controversy and shit that came with that time, But still, regardless, you say Bonds.
Well, and I'll be honest with you. I mean, as far as personality wise, Bonds is a cocksucker. I'd rather have Sosa or McGwire in that situation any day of the week. But I think that when Barry Bonds was in his mode, when he was in his prime, like, you're not pitching to him. If you pitch to him, he's gonna smack it.
I would say darker complected Sammy Sosa then, if we're allowed to use them. I don't know about fucking
darker complected Sosa was badass.
Have you seen him looking like fucking, what is it, Cowboy Curtis?
I thought Michael Jackson came back.
Oh, no shit, dog. Fuck. You know what? The thing that I think Michael Jackson looked very odd, right? But I think the thing that he did smart was, as he was he was the original transition, right? As he was transitioning from little fucking Afro 70s Michael Jackson to fucking 1993 black or white Michael Jackson to fucking 2009.
That video was a jam. It was. Don't matter if you're black or white.
Ah! Okay, that video or that song?
The video was tight. They spent a lot of money making that video.
Okay, see, that's one thing, because I don't mind the song. It ain't one of my favorite MJ songs, but Covino fucking says that's one of his weakest joints ever, that black or white. But to me, I don't know if it is the video that I fucking love so much, because dog, everything about that, even when they're doing the head change and it changes into somebody different, every time they fucking turn their head, and when he's fucking dancing on the fucking in the fucking torch of the Statue of Liberty, and dog, everything about that fucking video, dog, 93, that would have made me 98, 89, 91, 2, that would have made me 5. Dog, I use my fingers again, you can't see it.
Hold on, bro. All right. Hey, how can I help you? What you need? Watch this. Yeah, you scared me too. What you need? Kind of late. What you guys need? Hey, you're on the after show, but later. How can I help? After show, but later?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know we're a little late, but they have us later on the fucking. Yeah, we're just talking about the construction with the fiber optic.
Okay.
I know we talked.
Are you AT&T?
Yeah.
Your ears ain't faster than Comcast. You out of your mind.
They just installed fiber.
What do you mean just install fiber?
Are you familiar with fiber or no?
No, learn me, please.
Okay, so it's basically like military grade technology. So it's a dedicated line to your home. So right now with Xfinity, you're on a copper loop system, so you're sharing your internet data with your
I don't even mean to interrupt, but how have you guys been the shittiest and all of a sudden you're the best? Help me understand.
We just helped your neighbor, the one that's coming right there, Teresa, you know her?
No.
Yeah, we just helped her. She was paying
I don't take kindly to strangers.
Oh, you don't?
No.
You don't get along with your neighbors?
Nah, that guy, he's awesome, but Other than that, I don't take kindly to strangers.
Oh, okay, no worries.
That's why I got nervous when you walked up.
$70, and just for Xfinity, she was getting like super low speeds. How much
What-
are you paying for it?
What's your speed?
Right now, we raised all the way from the gig, which is 1,000.
But isn't Comcast already at 1,000? We've been at 1,000 for a
She also
minute.
thought she had 1,000, and we
But I got the app right here. I can bust my shit out my speeds. It's like 785.
Really?
Yeah. So what you guys gonna?
You
What's
got
the?
that? You want to pull it up real quick, the internet speed?
No, I'm gonna call. But
okay, not bad.
it's all good. What's cracking?
I mean, yeah, we can check your address. See, do you know how much you're paying? Are you paying around the same as her, $70?
Yeah.
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 I know. We got her down all the way to $45 for high speed internet.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I don't like AT&T. They're bad people.
Oh, okay, no worries.
No, I know, but I done went with their service a couple times. I dropped some important calls, and I was talking to my probation officer. I dropped the call, went to jail, and rough. Thanks, guys. You too.
I dropped my call, went to jail.
I'm so full of shit.
That was fucking funny. I don't like AT&T. They're not good people. Oh, they're not? Like, how old are those kids? Like 15, dog? They sounded fucking young and stupid.
They didn't seem over 23, that's for sure.
Oh, that was fucking funny. I had some important calls dropped. Dog, I've had some important calls dropped. I fucking was on probation. Dropped my call. I ended up going to jail. Dog, they didn't know what the fuck to say to that. That was funny.
Hey, this is the part of the show that Covino calls hood rat shit. Sorry, I live on the east side. Sorry, they're trying to sell me AT&T at fucking 9:00 at night.
Dog, they're fucking. It's pitch black outside, and they're trying to come up on fucking trying to sell you some fiber optic fucking high speed internet, dog. With fucking half the people are either eating dinner or asleep.
Bro, I'm in my carro over here doing the show. I turned the seat back, bro. I'm leaning down. They still walked up. They're savage. I don't know what they're doing. They're like cockroaches.
Dog, you fucking you go. They go, oh, you scared me. You go, you scared me.
What the fuck? Why are you walking up to my house in the dark?
Oh, it's fucking funny, dog. You know, like, just to hear them go, you scared me. And then you go, you scared me? Oh, fuck. No, that was funny.
You fuckers, there's two of you. Hey, there's two of you fuckers. There's one El Cucuy, and you're scared. The fuck?
Oh, my goodness.
Shit.
Fuck, dog. You know what? There's no, oh, hold on. Let me see. Maybe I can do this. No, I can't. Dog, I can't see how much time we have, but I think we're gonna have to fucking wrap it up. That was
right.
We can't wrap it up on any fucking better note than that, dog. All the other shit I got is fucking ain't gonna fucking live up to that shit. That was funny as fuck. So after show, but later, episode number 97. Baseline, take us out, this motherfucker. Yeah, dog, 97. Dog, you've been on this shit with me since like 40 something.
Nice.
I think it was like
fucking siete.
Yeah, dog. So we're right here. Fucking after show, but later. Should we bring Baseline Trey in? I think we have to, dog. It's the only way to leave this motherfucker.
Real quick, on like 100, we got to meet up and get strippers. I'm just saying.
All right, then. We're going to meet up. We're going to get strippers. Baseline Trey. You need to get us in contact with some treeks, Holmes. All right. Baseline Trey. We need to see some jiggly booties.
Maybe we go fuck with Baseline Trey for number 100.
Oh, nah.
All right, we'll talk about it later, bro.
We'll see. After show, but later. Baseline Trey, let's go.
On the road to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul, grab a spliff and start burning. Relax with us and take a trip to the heavens. And come and spend a day in the 757. Yeah, no.